outside of just Memphis Conference realignment, there's been some rumblings all over the Twitterverse. Our boy, Xverse. Our boy, MH Fur. I don't even know how he's connected. He's got sources that are in the TV executive world or something, but he's talking about this merger. TJ, you heard anything about a merger with the Big 12 ACC leftovers and the Pac-2?
We've heard it, but like it just seems weird to think about, right?
It does. The latest, he tweeted today, the Pac is trying to get and retain their AQ status.
I mean, they're going to have to add some teams. I don't know what the number is. I can't remember the number.
So,
if it's 6 or 8 on how many teams
I don't know that
add.
they're having to add. I think what he's alluding to is a merger of the Big 12. Florida State breaks away, and whatever 3 or 4 teams go.
Hey, before you go too deep, AQ means automatic qualifier, right?
Right. So for the college football playoff, right now, I think technically it is still 6 and 6, meaning the 6 Power 5. Well, the 5 Power 5 and the best group of 5 conference champions get an auto bid.
Sure.
And then 6 at large. They're in the process, and I don't think it's already happened, but they were about to vote to move it to 5 and 7. Mm-hmm. So the 4 Power 4, and the 1 non-Power 4 conference champion get an auto bid, and then 7 at larges. Mm-hmm. If the Pac were to retain their automatic status, it's got to stay at 6 and 6.
Yeah, well,
unless you're kicking the G5 out.
I think the idea is the G5 does not. My logic here is that the G5 is not going to be a thing, really.
Well, if there's a merger, I mean,
that's what I'm saying. I
so
think
what it sounds like is the Big 12 ACC leftovers, whoever that may be. So let's just assume Florida State, North Carolina. I don't know. Central and an East.
Yeah.
Divides up into larger divisional conferences.
It's messy. I think it can work, but that's what I'm saying is I think you're going to get a situation where there's the San Diego State, the Boise. They will eventually go to what is the Pac.
Right.
Because you have to have a certain amount of teams to be an automatic qualifier.
Yeah.
Like you can't be a two conference automatic qualifier. Right?
So it's, I mean, let's go 30. Let's say this merger, they end up with 30 teams. You're looking at 3 10-team.
Something like that.
Mini divisions or whatever.
Sure.
Whatever they're going to call it. I don't know. And then the champion of each one of those 10-team divisions gets the auto bid into the conference championship.
Yeah. And then obviously the SEC and the Big Ten.
And then basketball, I guess you would play your 9 divisional teams twice.
Yeah, I don't know if basketball gets affected by this. I don't know how they'll work that out.
Yeah.
This seems like a very
Needless
much so
to say,
that,
I mean, the rumblings are back up with conference realignment stuff, and it sounds like it's getting ramped up, and I would expect.
Well, everyone wants to make money somehow, some way. Like, how can this be turned into a more lucrative deal? And I think that the SEC and Big Ten clearly have the strongest brands.
Sure.
You know, SEC just added, or is about to add Texas and Oklahoma. So somehow it's about to get even richer, right? So you've got to do something different and outside of the box.
You just had 2 Big Ten teams play in the national title.
Exactly. Like you can't compete with these folks, with those 2 conferences straight up. Like you just can't unless someone finds a way to explode on scene. And I mean like explode on scene where it's not like an anomaly in 1 year.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean like a Memphis, just football dynasty.
Yes, something like that. So they've got to do something different. Right, and I think this is their shot in the dark on how they're going to. That is a reference to Survivor, if anyone knows what that is. But
what, shot in the dark?
Yeah, you don't know, do you? You don't watch Survivor?
I do not.
Face. Get on my face.
I mean, I've heard shot in the dark before. Did that originate from Survivor? I thought that was a saying of old.
Who's Who's to say?
I think my grandmother said that. I don't think Survivor's around then.
I don't know. Maybe she's a
Interesting.
big Jeff fan. I know you just got to do something different, right? And I think that's their way of doing that.
I mean, if you have one large merged conference that gets technically 3 auto bids, you're doing pretty damn good for yourself.
Okay, but at the same time, like, what if the SEC and Big Ten merged? Why would they not get more auto bids than you? Because they should. They should. Right? There's no denying that. They should get more.
I think it depends on who's in the big.
Stop it. Stop it.
I'm just saying.
Stop.
I think it depends.
Stop.
I think it.
Take it for what it is right now.
I think it depends.
The Big Ten, as it is next year, and the SEC as they are next year, versus the rest of the U.S.
Okay.
Who has the better conference? If you merged SEC and Big Ten together, and then the rest of the U.S. all into one.
I mean, probably the SEC and the Big Ten.
Yeah, so why would they not get more auto bids?
Okay, tomorrow, sure. I'm just saying, going down the road, I don't know.
Yeah, I'm with you. It just seems interesting to think about and what kind of door this opens. Like,
I mean, it's open in Pandora's box, that's for sure. The possibilities are endless.
We'll see, man. I don't know.
Stay tuned. I think things are about to get fun.
I definitely think that there's going to be some changing, right? I don't.
Do you think the stadium renovations start first, or we hear conference realignment stuff first?
Well, we definitely heard realignment stuff.
Official realignment. I'm not talking X versus rumors.
Well, okay, if you want to play it that way, I feel like renovations are just X versus rumors at this point. There's no ground being broken yet.
Wow.
It's
You drove
just
by Simmons Bank today?
No, actually. But if they would have broke ground, we would have known about
Is
it.
there a bulldozer out there?
An excavator, perhaps?
Excavator. If you don't have kids, that was Blippi.
Excavator. Hey, dirt. See, no. Okay.
See
you guys
you later.
don't know.